Lethal Company is coming back, and I mean that in two ways. The first is that Lethal Company is getting an update. So a few months ago, I was streaming, and some people in my chat were asking if I had heard about V80, which I hadn't, and they told me that Zeekers was posting some update posts on his Patreon. And so I got sent some screenshots, and it was like a March update, and like talks about it, like some new creatures, and some other stuff, but I didn't really look into it. And to be honest, I haven't really been playing Lethal Company. Even back when I did videos on Lethal Company, I didn't play it a whole lot. I just really enjoyed learning about it and teaching about it. For those of you who've been watching my channel for a while, you guys know that I had the big AI series, which basically happened throughout the entirety of 2024. And then when 2025 came around, I didn't really know what direction I wanted to take my channel. I'd always done like research videos for Lethal Company, and I wanted to keep my channel going that same direction, but I felt like I had pretty much covered everything that I could teach in Lethal Company, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I started making some gameplay videos. I did the full clear series, which was cool. Not super big, but I wasn't expecting it to be super big either. From there, Repo came out, and I kind of kept the same Lethal Company formula that I had, where I was teaching players like little back-end mechanics and, you know, stuff that had to do with code. And that worked for Repo for a couple of videos, but I think I just wanted to do a different type of content. I just was afraid to branch out to a different type of content, because when you do that, you know, you take a hit on views, and then you feel like you're doing the wrong thing when you take a hit on views like that. So anyways, did a couple Repo videos. Then we shifted to a couple other small games because, again, I think I was just kind of lost as to what direction I wanted to go to. I thought I was kind of stuck on this formula where I had to teach people things, and when I ran out of things to teach, then I would switch games, and then I would, you know, get this burst of motivation to teach everybody about this new game. I mean, I even had a Clash Royale phase where I did a bunch of shorts and TikToks, and I was teaching people how to play that, which some of those actually did really good. But again, I just was limiting myself to what I had done previously instead of taking a chance and doing what I really wanted to do. And sometimes when you kind of look back into your past, you see things so much more clearly. You know, you see the mistakes you've made, and if you just would have done one little thing differently, then your life could be a lot different or better. So anyways, it's been about 8 months since my last Lethal video, I think. And I was going to completely switch directions with my channel because I've been playing a different game a lot. But after talking to my Discord for the last few days, they've helped to remind me that this channel is built off people who enjoy Lethal Company content and content similar to that. And since I've never really got good at Lethal Company or done gameplay videos, the desire to do that is still within me. Also, I didn't finish my thought from earlier. Zeekers has been posting little update posts on his Patreon. I recently subscribed to this Patreon so I could read more about it because I'd only heard about them. And there's kind of a lot. It looks like there's going to be a lot coming out for V80. So let me pull this up and we can talk about it. Okay, so I don't want to show any screenshots or videos of this because it is a paid Patreon, and I don't know if I'm allowed to post this on YouTube. So we'll just talk about it. If you guys want to actually see any of this or read any of it on your own, then I'll put his Patreon link in the description. It'll be the first one in the description. It's like $3. You could pay like $3 and get access to all of this. So okay, so for those of you that don't know, Zeekers released a game in I think it was October last year. Basically, he made Lethal Company, and then he decided to take a break from Lethal Company to work on a different game. And I think that's part of the reason why Lethal didn't have a big update for so long. It's basically been a year, I want to say, ish, since Lethal's had a big update. And it's because he was working on this other game. He released that game in October. And then in November of last year, so a few weeks after he released that game, he posts on his Patreon some information about a Lethal update. So the first thing he shows here is a GIF or GIF. Is it GIF or GIF? Of March. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Of Adamance with a bunch of grass. Basically, these maps should feel a lot more lively because Zeekers has figured out how to implement grass, and it looks really good. He then goes into his March revamp, I guess. He never really liked how March looked. Yeah, he goes, it feels like the game's dullest moon. And so he's basically revamping March. He shows two photos here. One of them, he has like a little bridge somewhere. You can't really tell where it is. But yeah, basically March is getting a huge revamp, which I'm really excited for because I actually really liked March. March, Val, and Adamance are my my 3 favorite maps. So that was that November post. So then in December of last year, he makes another post titled "The Creature Feature is Upon Us." And basically he goes into how he's always wanted to make a creature feature update, which adds a significant amount of new wildlife to the game. But he's never done that, and he said he wasn't sure if it was going to be this next update, but it's something that he's always had on his mind. Then in late December last year, he makes another post, and he says, "Since the last post, I created a new creature, and it's coming along well, I think. It started with the vision of a creature, which is basically the hide behind from Gravity Falls." Now, I didn't know what that was, so I'm going to show you guys a little clip of what the hide behind from Gravity Falls is.
Today we investigate Gravity Falls anomaly number 132, the hide behind. Local lumberjacks tell of a mysterious creature, always just out of sight. But these photos suggest it might actually be real. What was that? Nothing.
So yeah, it looks like it's going to be like kind of like a bracken, maybe an outdoor bracken. I'm sure it'll have some other, quirks to it, but it looks like it's going to be basically an outdoor bracken, which is pretty cool and scary. He makes another post in January, so this was only about a month ago, and he says second creature is finished. And then he just made a post about 2 weeks ago where he released a new audio track, which is really nice, actually. Very on par with his other tracks. Oh, and then I also forgot to mention that he said he learned how to keep enemies out of water and also keep enemies only in water. So basically, by keeping enemies out of water, now you won't see like baboon hawks or eyeless dogs like underneath water, which is good. And then also, since he said he can now keep enemies just inside water, it sounds like we're going to have some sort of water creature in the future. So anyways, this is basically all the news we have about V80, which has got me excited about Lethal Company again. And I miss it a lot. I honestly do. And all I really want to do is play Lethal Company. We've pretty much learned everything you could learn about Lethal. I mean, I take that back. There is still a lot to learn about Lethal Company. Not about AI or back-end mechanics or code or anything, but just how to get good at the game. And that's something I've never taught before is, how do you properly fight a baboon hawk? Yes, I covered it a little bit in the AI behind baboon hawks, but I was never really that good of a player, and I don't think I, taught it the right way. Or, the key to high quotas, what should your mindset be when you're doing high quota? Or maybe, 5 quota, 10 quota. Like certain paces that you should be on, how to make specific decisions in certain instances. And I think there's a lot to teach when it comes to just being good at this game. And I've never been good enough at this game to teach it that way. And I think that might be the next chapter with Lethal Company. So anyways, I'm really excited. This was kind of a vent video, to be honest, towards the beginning. I think I just needed to, speak all this out. And I don't know. This is just the video I wanted to make. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know what the next video is going to be, but all I know is I'm very excited to be playing Lethal Company again. So yeah, make sure you guys like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Later.